All right, guys. I'm definitely not driving with one hand. You got me fucked up, so I'm gonna put you on the what-you-call-it. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And we are good. No, we're not. Okay. All right. Need you to tighten up a bit. There you go, buddy. There you go. All right, man. What's up, y'all, man? It's Car Rides with Swaye. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Obviously, you can see I'm in a way better mood, right? The reason is because I've been getting more sleep. I've been eating healthy for a while now, so I can't say I'm eating healthier. But obviously, you know, over time, you know, it's not gonna happen when I want it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But you know, right this week, bro, honestly, was my hardest week out of this. One of my hardest weeks out of this entire year, and I don't know what's going on. Monkey's flipping. It was one of my hardest weeks out of this entire year, and the reason because is well, I can't tell you why, but I was really it was really a learning moment for me personally, like development wise, like and what was really triggering my anger. And God really, you know, it's not gonna happen in one day, right? But I started seeing the changes in the way I feel for people, because as you know, I have like this like anger, like hate / love for people, and it's like it's so bipolar like, and it's really unhealthy, because I should always have a love, you know, for people, not as in like you know, love more than myself type, you know what I'm saying, but like love somebody as if, you know, as if they're important as me, you know, because I love myself a lot, I do, but obviously in that moment it showed me that I didn't love myself enough to let that thing go. So that's why I had anger towards people, because you know, I wasn't loving myself enough to be like, Hillier, like, you know, you really, because I was frustrated because I didn't really know how to give it to God. Like, I'm thinking like, I'm trying to give this to you, like I'm praying for it, it should happen today, but obviously, you know, asking you shall receive, so it's not always going to come when you want it, it's going to come when you need it. And I needed it, especially this Friday, because I want to end up the week off on a good note. And over time, like in these last 3 days, dude, like I've seen my perception and like my the kindness in my heart. It started like, dude, like prayer is really great, man. Like God is really like real. Like the prayer in my heart, like it's filled now. Like I feel whole again, you know, like partly whole. Let me not say like all, because I know there's some stuff that's still there. But like the more the days go by, like I feel God really working inside of me, dude. Like I've never felt, I don't know if that's loud, I'm gonna turn that off. It might get really hot in this car. But you know, I've really felt the difference in my heart and the way I feel for people. And it's like there's this inner peace, and it's just like I can relax, I can breathe, I can smile, I have more energy. Like, and don't get me wrong, I still got caught up in the thoughts today, but obviously, you know, God gives us challenges to deal with for a reason. It's for character building. We go through life to build character, and as a testimony for God. And my testimony for God is obviously endurance. You know, I mean, not that's, you know, everybody shouldn't, you know, everybody endures through something, everybody goes through something. But for me personally, like my testimony to help other people, it's like, yo, like there's literally been times where I thought I wasn't gonna make it to the next day because of how bad I was in my head, how physically I felt defeated, how spiritually I felt lost and disconnected. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna end it right now. But through all that, God still gave me the strength in order to push it to make it to another day. And here's the thing too, y'all don't understand how much willpower I have from going through all this and continuing to going through all this. Like when I tell you, if you would have put me in something for 90 days, it could be the hardest thing. If you would have put me for something for 90 days straight, honestly, bro, I think I would make it to, I believe I'd make it through the 90 days. Like if I was like, now consistency is my biggest struggle, but like if it's something that like I'm like, you know what, if I can do this, like this is a testimony to like really pushing myself to the limit. Like, if it's really pushing me and I'm really determined to do it, that's the thing too. I have to be really determined to do something, but I also have to be determined to do things that I don't like in order to better myself as an adult, because adults, that's what life is about, doing stuff that we don't like to do, but it benefits us in the long run. But if I were to give it, like, if I was given a task to do something for 90 days, if I was given a task in general to do it for 90 days straight, I believe I would do it. I believe so. If like type something in the comments, bro. Like, I really want to try some challenges for myself personally, like, because I feel like with everything that I've gone through, like, and going through now, it's just like, I feel like there's nothing that can go away. I mean, obviously, I've just experienced something that I thought I would never, like, reach that level again. But I feel like if I were to go through something that I've gone through in the past, like, not similar to what I just went through, but like anything else in the past, like, let's say, like, loss of money, it wouldn't affect me that much, because I know God has me, and I know that I'm, well, you know, financially good right now. Or like a loss of friendship, like, okay, we live in, you know what I'm saying, like, we move on, life continues regardless of fucking goodness, regardless of how many friends we have, you know. Life's gonna get, like, honestly, I feel like I had to go on this journey alone. I definitely grow better alone in a sense, because I can really, I don't have to worry about, I mean, I don't really care about other people's opinion anyway, but when I express these dark sides and stuff to people, they can't handle it 9 times out of 10, or really, honestly, 8 times out of 7. Honestly, I don't know why it went lower, but like, because like, people in this generation, they don't like to talk about their emotions or struggles that they go through. They like to hide everything, and for me, you know, like, when everyone was asking me at work all at once, it was like, look, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not finna tell y'all this, like, each and every person, like, the whole story, to all, like, because it's a long story. I'm not finna do all this in one day. So of course I told one person, you know, and don't get me wrong, I was still hesitant about it, but my actions said otherwise. I'm like, you know what, hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, you know, I got a lot of, you know, mental health problems, and to me personally, I feel like I don't think medicine is the way, because medicine in the past hasn't done me justice, honestly, but I could try it again, or just, you know, just honestly, just somebody, just therapy, dude, somebody that I can talk to and they just listen, and then they can tell me what's wrong with me, you know, and people who've really learned, you know, and studied the brain, because most of my issues are mental. Physically, like, it's not a problem. Like, I can go through pain. I have great pain tolerance. But it's like, when I go through mental battles, and mental battles will be the hardest things you ever go through in your life, because even it's not just in your job, in life, in sports, in whatever in hobbies, in video games, even, like, I do, like, the mental level you have to have in order to do that consistently is way harder than the physical. Doing it is not the hard part. It's the waking up every day and saying, yo, let me not sleep in, let me get out the bed, let me not be lazy, and really coaching yourself and talking yourself up. Like, I feel like that's harder than just waking up out the bed. Because think about that, if we didn't have the mental conscience to tell ourselves, hey, come on, we gotta get up, and we could just do it on the spot, like, oh yeah, everything would be easy. But we need that mental consciousness, because if we didn't have, if we did everything physically, there would be no intelligence behind it. There would be no emotional intelligence behind it. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, because this is all off of, you know, the whim. I usually do stuff off the whim. I need to stop doing that. I mean, but for this specific vlog, obviously this is my lifestyle, so I'm just telling y'all what I'm going through. So, like, obviously I can't, you know, schedule it out or whatever, but I mean, I can try to do it the best way I can, but hopefully that makes sense. But, like, the reason why we have the mental consciousness and the physical ability is well, for one, we need our brains obviously in order to move our body parts and stuff like that. But like, there has to be an intent behind everything we do. I think that was the what I think that was really what I wanted to say. Because without the mental consciousness, we wouldn't have intent behind anything we do. That's what it is. And without the intent, there's no integrity. And without integrity, there's no thrive, there's no drive, and none of that stuff. So it's like, we have to do it. We have to do it with our mental consciousness. And that's why we have to build our brain before we do anything else. That's why it's like, in building our brains, we have to tell ourselves positive things every day. We have to surround ourselves by positive people, right? And especially for me as a Christian, we have to stay in the Word. We have to be spiritually connected to God. We have to do things that benefit us in the long run, which is our spiritual soul, and which is obviously going into the gates of heaven, and just surrounding ourselves by people that can help us spiritually develop and growth with God. That's the greatest way to build our minds. And once we start doing that, once we get the things and the mental infrastructure already in shape, we can do it. We can do anything we put our minds to. I don't believe there's not anything that I couldn't do without putting the work in for it, and without mentally pushing myself to the limit. Like, if I were to do track again, I would be able to do it, like, to it. Because my personality, it's like go hard or go home. So if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go 10x in it. If I don't, I'm gonna be lazy and I don't care about it. I'm gonna show up when I show up. It don't matter to me. And it's kind of like honestly, like I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be like work right now, right? I show up like 5 minutes, 10 minutes late sometimes, and I know I'm sweating my butt off right now. But I know in the long run, it's not beneficial, because in meetings and stuff like that, business meetings, business ventures, I can't be doing that. So I gotta work on this now, so that way in the future, like, I'm 30 minutes before the meeting even starts. I'm an hour early. I'm already planning ahead. I need to plan my schedule out, plan my days out, like stuff like that. That's gonna benefit me in the long run. But I can't just be, like going on a day by like, okay, we'll see what happens today. We'll just go with the flow. Because going with the flow, man, that sounds like kids at colleges right now. Like, oh, I'll just figure it out when I get there. That usually don't work, For some people, hey, go $1,000 in debt before they figure out what they want to do. And my belief is kids should definitely take. And my teacher told me this, and I'm glad she told me. And this is the English teacher, y'all. English teacher in high school told me this. She was like, kids should take a break before going to college, because when you jump straight into college, that is a whole different mental discipline and different infrastructure and different atmosphere that high school kids aren't ready for. Especially and honestly, I feel like there's even no point of regular classes. Like, I feel like everybody should be in an AP mindset. Obviously not all the work, because they be doing extra, but I mean that is the amount that they do in colleges. But I feel like there's like regular classes are failing high school students without us even failing. Like, and I know this is I'm going off topic, but it just I want to say this though, like, everybody should be able to teach us how to get to that pre-AP level, how to get to the AP level. Like, if teachers, if they gave, number one, teachers enough time to do it, and they really structured out, because the school system is really not the greatest. It's not really made for teachers to thrive in. Because there's some really great teachers out there, man, who want to help kids, but they don't really have the opportunity to do that, because they're crammed with so much, all this paperwork that they got to do, besides, grading our work and stuff like that. So it's really hard for them, especially my mom being a special ed teacher and being a teacher in general, elementary school, middle school. It was hard for her as well. But anyway, back to building our minds, though. We got to build our minds 24/7, around the clock, because if we don't, it's not gonna be great in the long run, honestly. So I don't know what this dog's doing. But yeah, but this is Chris Swaye, man. Sorry, I'm trying to stay focused right now. There's this is Chris Swaye, man. Appreciate y'all watching this video, man. Y'all have a blessed one, and I'm out.